as we go. So first, thanks everybody. Really appreciate everyone taking time out of their day. Beautiful sunny day here today. Taking time to connect and join us for this presentation on the overview of the group insurance program that's available for paramedics here in Newfoundland and Labrador. My name is Aaron Blackwood. I'm the business development manager here with Munn Insurance. Just as a quick background on myself, so you get an idea of kind of who's presenting here today. So I've been with Munn Insurance for about 7 years now, and I've held roles in both the service and the sales department. I've been in the insurance industry for just about a decade, and I hold 2 insurance industry designations. So I'm a licensed insurance broker throughout Atlantic Canada, and I am a chartered insurance professional along with holding a Canadian accredited insurance brokers designation. So between my years here with Munn and my experience in the insurance industry and the education side of things, I'm certainly in a good position to be able to deliver on the content here today and be able to provide this program overview. Before we really jump into the content, I want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to the Paramedics Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, and to Rodney, the president, for his support in this program, and also just in the efforts to help get the word out on today's webinar and session. So thanks, Paramedics Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, and thanks again to Rodney. So we'll jump in here to the content, and first thing I want to do, everyone, is just kind of give you a quick 101 here on Zoom. Okay, so welcome to Zoom. Just so that as we're going along, you kind of know where we're at. So first, down in the bottom left corner there, you'll see audio settings. So if at any point, you're having trouble hearing me or I'm too loud, you can make the adjustments there. The other feature here to look at is the chat feature, so you can chat with other members that are in the session. You can send messages towards myself, and most importantly is the Q&A portion here. So any questions that come up along the way, please enter them into the question and answer section. I did get a couple questions in advance sent in, so I'll go over those in the question and answer portion, but at the end I'll kind of go over the questions. Okay, so that's just your brief overview there of the outlook. All right, so let's go over the topics here today. So I'm going to take a minute and just go over the relationship and the background. So Munn Insurance background and our relationship with the association. Okay, and it takes some time, of course, to get into the bulk of this session here, webinar today, which is going to be on the program itself, so including the discounts and the benefits. And then we'll go into the products and the services, and of course, how to avail of this program and how to maximize it. So first, just want to take a moment here and kind of go into why group insurance is even a thing, right? So group insurance is a program that's offered by an employer or an association that allows its members and employees easier access to insurance coverage. It's simply a way of harnessing the bulk buying power. That's the bulk buying power of a company or an organization or an association, and then spreading that savings in the shape of reduced premiums. And that's for all participants. So group home and auto premiums offered through a group plan are lower than marketplace average. And this is really a win-win for all involved. So the insurance companies that back these programs, they can offer services to exclusive audiences that they might not have had access to otherwise. And the likelihood of multiple members of the group purchasing policies is high. So the ones who sign up get the exclusive access to savings. As an example, today, this webinar, fantastic response of over 50 paramedics registered. So really goes to show the group bulk buying power and how that impacts. I'd like to take a second here and just talk about the recognition side of things. So this kind of goes hand in hand with why group insurance, and then more so as to why Paramedics Association from a Munn standpoint. Okay, so we do really recognize the value that paramedics provide to our community. They play, you guys play a vital role in helping others. And this is our opportunity to give back. Okay, so we're happy to be able to give back to those who give so much. And then the final point here is uniform values. So paramedics keep us safe. They look out for us when we need it most. They're there for us when we need them. And at Munn, our mission is to provide the right insurance coverage to protect our customers, and in times of need, we help them get back on their feet. So we really feel that there's uniform value in our overall outlook. Okay, now I want to take a minute and just give you a little bit of an idea of who Munn Insurance is. So a little quick snap here, one slide on a broad overview of Munn Insurance. So first, many people don't realize we are a very long-standing company. We were founded in 1904. We're one of Newfoundland Labrador's oldest businesses. So we started in the early 1900s, and actually it was about 1949 when we incorporated. Currently have over 90 employees. We employ the best, and we look for that unique combination of Ivy League brains and blue collar brawn. Locations, we have 4 locations across Newfoundland, and that includes a location in Nova Scotia. Our biggest office is here in Metro in St. John's, and we have remote agents working as well, so there's always access to Munn staff. Customers, just about 30,000 customers that we work for every day, okay? And then another 3,500 business clients. And what I mean by work for every day is we really do hang our hats every day as we come in with the customer in mind, okay? We work for our customers. We look at it as customers first, and that's how we look at everything we do on a day-to-day basis. And then the satisfaction rate. So this is really cool. We use surveys. We use what are called net promoter scores to indicate who are promoting us and who are big fans of us. And those that are slightly fall under, we reach out. We try to make measures to correct and improve. And our satisfaction rate is through the roof. We lead the industry in happy clients. I want to take a minute here now and talk about our lines of business. So this is really important. I had a client, Liam, and I mean, it wasn't that long ago, and he has his auto insurance with us, and we were talking, and he said, "Do you guys do home insurance? Do you offer? I didn't know you guys did home insurance." It's easy for us working here to kind of take for granted that we just kind of assume everybody knows, but they don't, and that's for good reason. So auto insurance, home and property insurance, so home insurance, tenants insurance, rental properties, seasonal locations, that would fall in your home insurance. Your group personal line, so that's where Paramedics Association fits and paramedics fit. Again, auto, home, discounted rates, benefits. And then there's the leisure side. So we also offer for all your recreational vehicles, for marine, so for boats, snowmobiles, that's all gonna fall into rec policies. And then business insurance. So any business ventures that you have, small, medium sized, large business, we're there to be able to provide commercial general liability, cyber insurance, errors and omissions. So we have that whole business side of things down as well. Okay, so we offer all those products. The key here is that your primary bulk discounting is going to come from the home and auto side for part of the personal lines group. But it's also going to be on the leisure side, the seasonal locations and the seasonal products, those ATVs, etc. And then we have, over 24 insurance providers on the business side. And I'll talk to what I mean about providers in a moment. Okay. So Munn Insurance is a very large, so we're the largest independent broker in our market. So just to speak to insurance broker versus a direct or an insurance agency, okay? So a couple of key pieces here. One, insurance agents, so those direct writers, those large financial institutions, they write for one insurance company, okay? They represent that insurance company. They have their guidelines are from that insurance company, and that's what they're able to offer. With a brokerage, we represent the clients. We put the client's interests first, and then we offer options, so choice and options. I will go ahead and give you the example of it. Colleague of mine, Brian, he always uses the example of the ice cream shop, right? He says, Aaron, if you were, so you're leaving Vanderman Park, you got the kids, you're walking down the road, you're ready to go in, call it a day. It's a summer's day, hot day. It's ice cream time. Get the kids some ice cream. And there are two ice cream shops on the street. One is called Vanilla World, and the second one is Baskin Robbins. Vanilla World is great, great product, great price, great. But what would you choose? And without hesitation, I said, Baskin Robbins, I want flavor. So the idea there is that with a brokerage, you're given that choice and option, like a provider that offers multiple choice and options rather than just the one option. Okay. So again, just to reiterate here, this is a group home and auto insurance program for the Paramedics Association of Newfoundland and Labrador for paramedics in Newfoundland, offering superior service, exclusive rates, and enhanced coverage. And I'm going to break down those components there now in a second. Okay. Now, I do want to, just in the interest of trying to stay engaged here, I'm going to drop a poll. Okay, so a quick poll, it's an anonymous poll. And my first question here is, I'm going to launch it here now. So feel free to answer. Is your home and auto insurance combined at one insurance company? So if you have home and auto insurance, is it combined, or do you have it, some people have it separated, right? Do you have your home at one place, auto at another? Okay. So, I mean, the bulk of clients are taking advantage of that combined, but some people do see the difference and the benefit in separating them. You know, it's one of those things that it's kind of funny. We offer multiple options, different providers, okay? And we have that group insurance play. It doesn't mean we won't offer a split through a brokerage still, but with two different underwriters, if it means getting you the best protection and best rates. Okay, so moving along. So the program that I'm really going to speak to the most here today is the Aviva Group program. Okay, this is the one that we've partnered with the Paramedics Association on to offer those reduced rates and those extra benefits. And I'll get into the end and just kind of remind everyone and piece together the fact that as a brokerage, we're going to offer you multiple options. We're going to present and talk about the differences. But what I'm talking about today is the specific program, the specific benefits, discounts, and endorsements that come along with that. Okay. So group home and auto program. So this is an optional group insurance plan. Home and auto plus seasonal cottages, recreational vehicles, enhanced coverage and access to free services, your better rate with special group discounts, dedicated service for Munn. That's awesome. I'm going to talk about that. Can't wait. And choice and options. So let's dig into the meat of this presentation here. Okay. So enhanced coverage and access to free services. Let's go over home insurance first. Okay. The first two items there, legal assistance and home repair assistance. Okay. This is built into your home insurance policy for being a group member. Okay. It's under the Halo assistance. This is what we get the most positive feedback on, specifically the legal assistance piece. But what the Halo does, so those two, legal assistance, home repair assistance, they provide services, unlimited phone services, access to a lawyer, access to referrals for home repair experts. Back to the legal. So it's help on legal matters. You have a question about property dispute because of your fence going up. That's all we have. Super. So as everyone knows, you know, the cost of even trying to get half an hour from a lawyer on the phone is through the roof. So you have access. It's a toll-free number and you have unlimited access. It doesn't impact your rates. It's just a service. You dial in, you get to a lawyer and you say, hey, my neighbor is saying that my shed is encroaching on his property. What should I do? And they will provide legal advice and assistance without you having to reach out to a lawyer and pay those costs. So that's really big. 0% financing on a monthly payment plan. A lot of providers charge 3% or more interest. to pay it monthly. So very common to see an interest rate. It's often not talked about is that financing rate. You could be surprised how much you're paying. I've seen up to 7% in a financing charge. That's extra little buck, could work out to a month's payment at the end of it. And then a really big key here is it's a 20% discount. So it's our top tier discount on the property side, which is a 20% discount off the base premium with Aviva. So Aviva traders, that's our key group provider for you guys, 20%, okay? In-house claim service and market leading add-on options. I'm gonna talk about the market leading add-on options and break some of those endorsements and benefits down in a minute. To speak to the in-house claim service, this is huge, okay? We have rock adjusting, in-house adjusters, okay? In-house claim service. Our response time to claims is unbeatable, untouched. So rather than having to, with some of the other direct writers and brokers, dealing with a third-party adjuster or an adjuster or claims representative in a different province, it's all local, okay? I remember Craig, our team lead in claims, telling me a story not that long ago that I think it was about last year. There was a house fire, one of our clients in the metro area, and we had a rep, a claims rep, not an adjuster, not to talk about what's going on or the case. We had a rep on site at 3 a.m. to offer and provide a check so that this family could stay in a hotel, right, to cover their additional expense, to get toothbrush, get clothes for the next day. So what that speaks to is our level of care for our clients and our level of care when there is a big loss and there's a family that's displaced or a family in need, that we're there, okay? Kind of goes back to our uniform values where our response time is really important. Now, am I saying that you're gonna get an adjuster on site at 4 a.m. for a leaky pipe? Probably not, like, let's be real. But in those cases where we really want to step up and be there and it's really important, then that's when we are. On the auto side, a couple of similar key points, a couple of different talking points here. So one, of course, the financing on the monthly payment plan. So really, again, want to stress that because there's savings in that alone. Again, that 3 to 7% alone can be big savings. Convenient payment options. We get a ton of positive feedback on the convenient payment options. I know of some insurance providers that provide 1 day you have your payments come out. You can't change it. You can't do any other options. That 1 day it comes out and too bad. We have convenient payment options in terms of the date when you want your payment to come out, which is a huge positive for a lot of people. A lot of people want their payments coming out on the 30th or the 1st or the 20th or what have you. They want that 15th of the month. We all have so many monthly payments coming out that a lot of them we can't control. With this one, you can. Two, with the convenient payment options, is the ability to opt into a 12-month payment plan, an 11-month payment plan. So our team will work with you. The billing department will work with you. And, we really understand that flexibility is a huge benefit. Preferred pricing with traders. So it's not a specific discount on this program, but you avail of traders, which is Aviva group program. You avail of their auto product, which is lower market rates than our retail product, which would be a company called Munn Insurance, which is also through Aviva, but it is your retail product that has 3% financing on it, and the rates are kind of a little higher. Well, not kind of, they're a little higher. Wide range of vehicles. This is key. You get clients, my days in sales, the amount of times I would get a prospect call in and say, I need a quote on an ATV I'm trying to buy. And it's $23,000 and my insurance company is saying they won't do it. And for the life of me, I can't imagine ever having to tell a client, I'm sorry, we can't insure your product. It costs too much. Or we can't insure your home because it's, in this area. It's really, for our current clients, we go out of our way. And to that point, we will, when new clients are calling in or prospects are calling in for quotes, we'll be straight with you. Our guys will be honest and they'll say, based on who you're with now, Based on what we can do, you know, you're getting really good rates. In that area, we might be a little tough, but we're not going to say we can't do it because we can. Okay. So that's a big key. A wide range of vehicles, wide range of products, right? Again, your rentals, your seasonals, it's all going to fit. Again, the in-house claim service, just huge, right? Absolutely huge. You can't beat the service side of things when it really matters, right? And then a market leading add-on options. So we're going to get to the market leading add-on options now, and I want to go over some of the specific endorsements and programs that are really cool that nobody else offers, or they're just kind of the best in the market. Okay. So first, starting with home insurance, there's an endorsement called Claims Protect. Okay, Claims Protect. So actually, sorry, let me just backtrack 1 second. With these endorsements, if you're a current client of Munn Insurance, give us a call. Any one of these endorsements comes up, if you're a current client, give us a call. If one of these interests you, or you want to know if it's on your policy, not on your policy, can you add it? What's the cost to add it? What's the cost to remove it? I don't want it. Call us. Okay, we look at everything case by case. If you are a prospect, when we're quoting you and providing you quotes and options, our sales team will say, this is the Aviva product. These are some of the endorsements that included. Here's another option. Here's the price of that. If you see an endorsement on here that I talk about that you really, really like and want, because there are a couple that are super cool, then just talk about it, ask about it. That's what we're here for, okay? Claims Protect. Accident forgiveness for your home. So quite similar to accident forgiveness for your home. The standard discount for being claims free, for not having a claim in the last 3 years, is 20%. A very common misconception that I hear is, I had a claim, my rates are gone through the roof. Yeah, I hear it all the time. The big thing that's happening is your provider is dropping that claims free discount. And what does 20% look like? A huge increase. Claims Protect keeps that claims free discount on your policy. So you have a claim, burst pipe, water everywhere, we come in, we fix it, get the contractors in, they clean it all up. Your rates on renewal are not impacted by that claim. It's protected. We won't increase, we won't drop the claims free discount. Okay, so that's really huge. Only one on the market that offers something like that. As far as I know, I think Intact might have a similar product, but I can't be 100% on that. I know, you know, Travelers, a lot of these direct writers, they don't. So absolutely key. Excess liability. So you'll note the asterisk on this one because you do need to have the combined home and auto with Aviva, and specific with Aviva with the Traders product to access. But what this is, it's an additional 1 million liability. It acts as a mini excess liability. So it can respond to a home claim or an auto claim, and it provides you with an additional million. So if you have 1 million liability on your policy, you now have access to 2 million. And I would encourage and recommend you to look at the price difference on 1 million and 2 million if you're insured elsewhere, because there's a difference in cost, right? So there's savings and benefit in that excess liability. You're entitled to it, you get it, as long as your policies are combined. Disappearing deductible, okay? If you have a $1,000 deductible noted on your policy, your premiums are based on $1,000. And little tip while I'm talking about deductibles, feel free to shop when you get quotes with us on your renewal. If you're already with us, ask what a $500 deductible would look like, or $1,500 deductible, or $2,000 deductible. Determine what you're comfortable with, because that, of course, is the portion that you would pay in the event of a claim. So there's a $20,000 claim on your home for water damage. $1,000 is your portion to pay. Insurance company pays the rest. If you're comfortable with higher amounts, that will reduce your premium. So it will lower your cost. The disappearing deductible endorsement itself is based on the $1,000 deductible. It is the most common deductible, $1,000. The way this endorsement works, as long as your claim exceeds $25,000, they waive the deductible. So you don't pay that $1,000 bucks. Sewer backup and overland water. We include this on every quote with every policy, unless you tell us, I don't want that. I don't want it. Why do we include it? Because it's vital coverage. huge. Okay, I just want to confirm or clarify, your base policy has water coverage. Okay, so that's protection for loss or damage resulting from events such as a burst pipe. Okay, that's your base water, burst pipe. Sewer backup protection is for the loss or damage related to the backing up or escape of water or sewage. Okay, so that's your backing up of water or sewage from your sewer, your draining system. Okay, overland water protection. Okay, here's another key. Well, one, you need the sewer backup to have the overland. Overland water protection is for the loss or damage related to water entering. Okay, so water enters the property from sudden accumulation of water from heavy rains. Think about what we had 2 weekends ago, tons of rain, spring runoff, or the overflow of lakes or rivers. So fresh water, groundwater, overland water, okay? Built water, excess water bills. We had a ton of these claims that we paid out on that they came in and fixed up these houses because they had this coverage, okay? This is really important. If you're insured with us, you can check your limits. If you want to go with a $50,000 limit to reduce your premium, you can. The majority of our policies are going to have what's called policy limits, meaning that it's going to respond up to your full building limit or your home limit, which often is a couple $100,000. If you're not insured with us and you're prospecting, you're going to get quotes, you're going to shop, compare and look at your documents. You may have 25,000 in this coverage. It's not enough. You may not have this coverage. You might not have sewer backup. Check that out and check your deductible that's associated with it. Okay, because you really want to, when you're shopping, compare those. Okay, so again, overland water, just to be clear, it's defined as fresh water from rivers, lakes, or water suddenly accumulated as a result of heavy rainfall. Okay, so this is a really big market leading add-on. Okay. Let's take a second and talk about the service line endorsement. This is a really cool one, really straightforward. It's not standard that your policy would cover this, but you can add this on. This is service coverages for underground service lines. So your septic or your sewer line that runs from your house to the street, that's your responsibility, right? That portion of underground pipe. If a root gets in there, if there's issues with that and they got to excavate and they got to replace that, that's where this coverage would come in. So your sewer septic lines, water main, electrical, telecommunications, that's all going to be your underground service lines. Okay, so they're going to repair or replace the exterior of the home and out underground service lines, again, like water lines, sewer septic backup. And that's from accidental break, leak, tear, rupture, or collapse. Okay, and it does cover wear and tear, which is generally not words you hear with insurance, but your service line endorsement will cover your wear and tear, your rust or corrosion, your mechanical breakdown. Okay, this is again not typically covered, but for the service line is there. Okay, if there's a claim, you can cover up to the limit shown on your certificate of insurance, which is generally it's either 10,000 or 25,000. And again, it's going to cover excavation costs, loss of use, right? So if you're not able to be in your home because of the repairs or your loss of sewer line, then they're going to cover that loss of use, repair expenses, any outdoor property that have to move around. It's really, really inexpensive. Okay, $10,000 in coverage, which I can tell you now, if you have to have your sewer line replaced, that's where you're at, right? You're not going to be less than that. So $10,000 is $30, not monthly, $30 for the entire year. So we're talking about $2 or $3 for the whole year. Okay, you can increase. You can also go with a $25,000 limit, and that's $30. Okay, so another market leading endorsement that you can have on your policy, on your quote, that you probably don't have now. Maybe you do if you're with us. Home Repair Assure. Okay, Home Repair Assure is, this one's really cool. Countless times I've had clients, prospects say, I wish that insurance was more like maintenance, or clients who have, claims are kind of more maintenance-based issues. Insurance is not designed to be, in its essence, a maintenance product, right? Like your home maintenance, keeping your gutters clean, keeping your hot water tank current, that's all, that's maintenance. Your shingles have to be replaced after a certain period of time, or you're going to start to get a leaky roof. That's not a sudden and accidental event. That's just maintenance. Home repair, sure, okay, covers the cost of parts, service, and labor, okay, for standard repairs, okay, so for breaking down of systems. So if your heat system breaks down, okay, your hot water tank goes, okay, it's going to cover that replacement. Internal plumbing issues would fall into this. So your home's foundation, your walls or drainage system, that's maintenance based. Your home repair, sure, endorsement can kick in. Okay, electrical emergency and breakdown. So if your fuse pop, your circuit breaker, lose power, there's damage to wiring caused by power cutoff, that's going to fall into this endorsement. Security systems and roofing maintenance is going to fall into this as well. Another really big one is pest removal is built into this package. Okay, so this is really, really inexpensive to add. And if you get squirrel in the house, field mice, wasps, and you have to get pest removal, that's costly, right? Just a few $100. This will kick in, okay? And I really want to stress this. Your services under this product, under this endorsement, they do not impact your claims. You don't use your claims protect. You don't lose your claims free discount. It's not a claim against your insurance. Okay, it's a use of a service that you have built in. And it's really easy to use. There's a toll-free number, and they set you up with a contractor or a trade professional. Okay, so really cool, really inexpensive. Again, if you're insured with us, ask about it. If you're not insured with us, when you're in the process of getting quotes, if you love this, if you think it's cool, you want to know the price, ask about it. Ask if it's on the quote or what would it be to add it. Home sharing insurance, this one's straightforward, but just to clarify, your home sharing would be like your Airbnb, your Vivo. So if you have a basement apartment or a room that you do short-term rentals with, they have a program for that. Really inexpensive. They'll add it on and make sure you're covered for your liability and any damage by anyone who's occupying your property for those Airbnb. Identity theft protection. So this one's really, really cool. It is the leading identity theft protection. I'm sure you're all familiar with the recent Eastern Health scare and cyber threats and attacks and identity being taken out, or potential identity theft breaches. This endorsement, it's like $30, okay, for the whole year again. It's going to cover costs related to and expenses incurred as a result of your identity theft, okay, or of your identity being stolen. So some of the key features of that are going to be increased credit card or automated. So if there's any counterfeit money or if your cards are compromised, they'll actually reimburse you for up to $15,000, okay, for your identity being stolen and your cards being impacted. Reimbursement of the costs associated with restoring your identity. So there are costs involved with, getting new cards, clearing up, getting credit reports. That's all going to fall into your costs there. And a really, really big one here is they're going to provide credit card important document registration within 24 hours. The hotline they provide. Again, remember you would have that legal assistance line you can access. They give you, or you have access to 5,000. Shouldn't say give you. You have access to 5,000 towards financial loss. Okay, so the 5,000 is they took $5,000 out of my account. Okay, someone stole my ID and I lost, 4,000, 5,000. So they'll reimburse you, and they include a credit alert service, which is one of the top points to make or top tips, I should say, if you're worried that you may have your identity compromised, to have a alert service. Okay. In this case, it would be after a covered claim. So after it's determined that you've had your identity stolen, then they're going to provide that credit alert. So if any more credit dings go, you're covered. Okay. On the auto side, minor conviction protector. This one's kind of cool. Also really inexpensive. I think it's $20 for the year. So $2 a month, less than $2 a month. And if you were to get a speeding ticket or a stop sign ticket or a yield ticket, again, back to discounts and losing discounts, conviction free is a common discount. It's one that Aviva does offer. It's 10% for not having any tickets within the last 3 years. It happens. We get tickets, again, failing to yield stop sign. Maybe the police officer's having a bad day and need to make a ticket quote or whatever. This will protect your rate. So you're not going to lose that discount. Okay, so that's really cool. It's not something you can carry over. So if you're with another company and you have a ticket, you can't use that to keep your rates down. But if you're with us, we're coming over on a quote, then we can provide that. Accident forgiveness. This one's really key because it is a common endorsement, but I want to tell you why this one is market leading with the Aviva Traders product. So common endorsement, accident forgiveness. You have an accident, you're at fault. Your insurance company says, okay, we protect your claim. 2 years later, so your rates don't change. 2 years later, you have another accident. They're called accidents. They're not called on purposes, right? So you have another accident. Didn't mean to, little fender bender, whatever, $10,000. At that point, most insurance companies go, your rates are going through the roof. You've had 2 accidents in the last couple of years. You're done. Rates are going to be really through the roof, or we got to put you with a different carrier, high risk provider, etc. With this program, if you're insured with us already, or you get a quote and you get set up and you have the accident forgiveness, your first one's protected, and your second one, they bring you to what's called a driving record 5, okay? Which means you will see a bit of an increase, but we're not going to place you with a different provider or the high risk market. You're going to see a bit of an increase. It's going to be basically, as opposed to being what's called a driving record 6, you're a 5. So we fully protected the first one. So we said, okay, you're still a 6 after the first accident. 2 years later, you have another accident. We're not going to say bye-bye. We're going to say, okay, this time Aviva says you're a driving record 5. So it's really key piece there that this is industry-leading market add-on, industry-leading accident forgiveness. Disappearing deductible. You can get this on auto. Really cool. It's $25. Add to your auto policy. You have an at-fault accident. Your collision, usually your collision deductible is $500. That's the most common. But you can add that, and it's not super common. It's really inexpensive in terms of what it does. But you have that claim, and they waive your $500 collision deductible. Again, excess liability. We already talked about that. You do need the combined, but it will provide for both the auto and the home when it's combined. Okay, so you have access to $2 million liability on the auto side. Satellite roadside assistance. So this one's pretty cool. This one it's roadside assistance. Really straightforward. It's going to include towing, flat tire service, battery boost. You run out of fuel, you end up in a ditch, and you need help. That's where I believe it's $70 per vehicle. Again, not considered actually here I got the rates here. Yeah, $70 per private passenger vehicle, and $50 for motorcycle if you had a motorcycle policy. And it doesn't impact your policy. It's not a claim, it's just a service. Okay. So those are the market leading add-ons. Just wanted to throw up a quick screen slideshow or a slide here of some of the other discounts that you'd be eligible for. These are going to auto-populate based on the information you give us. So that's your claims free. There's a multi-vehicle discount. So if you have 2 or more vehicles together, multi-policy. So again, that's your combined. With Aviva, it's your 10%. Your conviction-free discount, I talked about that. That's 10%. Mortgage-free. So if you don't hold a mortgage, you save another 10%. autonomous emergency braking. This one's really cool. 15% discount on auto. If you're shopping for new vehicles, this one is worth checking to see if the vehicle has that autonomous emergency braking, because you'll be able to get that extra discount versus a vehicle that doesn't have that safety feature. So really awesome safety feature, big discount. Okay. And then your home alarm. So this one, 10%. It's not enough to offset the cost of most security systems, but if you have one now, or if you're thinking about it, you would save an additional 10%. So if you get a really great package offer from Vivid or Rogers, I think Rogers is actually pretty competitive these days. Just check what the pricing is, because you can save on that as well. VIP service. So this is something that your group paramedics are entitled to. You have access to our VIP. We actually have a VIP. They're called, very important person, VIP team of service individuals, service reps. When you call in, you select that you're a group member, you need to change your vehicle, you need to make you go to one of our dedicated VIP agents. That faster response time, okay? A lot of those agents are really experienced in the industry, so they'll be able to really help you out in terms of questions. Not saying that anybody, but the experience side of things does come into play. So you get that. So that's a key benefit, okay? I get feedback all the time. I had a client of mine, Craig, switch his insurance to me about a year ago now. And the reason he switched was because his direct writer, a financial institution, I won't say who it was, he spent hours and hours and hours trying to get through. Not like an hour. I get it. It's 12 to 1 o'clock. It's lunchtime on a Friday. It's a little harder to get. That's going to be like that for Bell, for Rogers, for anybody. It's probably going to be like that for us. But days without a response. No email he could send to, no one he could contact. He switched. He said, I'm not doing it. Your time is valuable. VIP service gives you a benefit of your time. Price rate guarantee. This is our promise to you and to the association and to paramedics that we will offer the lowest rate and the best coverage. So this is back to me. A lot of those endorsements I talked about, a lot of that program I talked about is based on the Aviva Group product. We also offer travelers. We also offer Intact. If we see that the travelers rates are really in this specific situation, maybe it has to do with your postal code or whatever extra discounts from it, maybe they offer something that is also really competitive or maybe even better price-wise, we're going to present that to you. We're going to tell you the differences, A, B, and then if that's your decision to make, right? But we won't just say, oh, it's paramedic, here's your program. We're going to still shop, right? That's us being diligent. That's you being diligent, Zoomer. Pretty cool. Call us, get a quote, you get 3 options. It's like calling 3 different companies, right? People like to get 3 quotes. I always get 3 quotes. Well, I shouldn't say always, most of the time, right? Getting something done at the house, service, you want to check. You're getting telecommunications. You want to see what deal Bell's offering. You want to see what deals Rogers is offering. Compare them. We'll do that for you. Okay. This is cool if you got your phone. If you're not a client of ours, actually, even if you are, you can scan that with your phone, with your camera. You take it up, give it a scan, click on it. It takes you directly to the Paramedics Association landing page on our website. So you can learn more about some of the items I'm talking about. There's some really cool blog articles on there. Contact for us. You can start a quote based on being paramedic. So that's cool. So you can scan that. Of course, you can go to our website, munninsurance.com, but you can also scan the QR code. Okay, this is how to get a quote, how to get a hold of us. For a quote specific, that's the quote line there. Okay, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. We have 7 dedicated sales executives that their job is to quote and set up new policies and onboard clients. Okay, 7 executives, their job is to provide you the options, provide you the quotes, compare, and get you onboarded and set up. Okay. Back to the website, it's pretty cool. We're the only insurance broker. So there are a couple of direct writers, again, back to that one-stop shop, one option that do it, but we're the only insurance broker. You can actually click get a quote, select home and auto, type in some info, get a base quote. And really big key here is if you select a quote, you say, I really like that option, it gets funneled down into our lead management system, our prospect management system, and a sales executive is going to reach out to you. We're going to call you. We're going to say, hey, that's awesome. You did a quote. Let's review all this. When's a good time for you? Do you have a couple minutes now? Right? So it's not just crickets. Okay. I'm going to throw another question up while we got a few of us here, just towards we're at the end. So this one, I'm just curious of how many of them, I've kind of tailored my presentation for both current clients and prospects, but just out of curiosity, I'm going to throw up a poll here. Feel free to answer or not. It's anonymous, but the question is, do you have insurance with Munn now? So are you a current client? And the options are yes, I have my insurance with Munn. No, but I was previously with Munn. No, and I've never had a quote. Or no, but I did have a quote from Munn before. Cool. So I see that most of us, and if you've had a policy with us before in the past, I will say it's definitely worthwhile to review again, because again, now there's group options and things have changed. Over the last 7 years, how much has changed it's really quite a big difference. Okay, so it's worth, and if you haven't, that's great. Get a quote from us. You could save a lot. All right, we're at the end here now. So I'm going to jump into, first, we're really looking forward to your call. Okay, at any point, give us a call. Any questions you have, quotes, we're here for you. I did have, like I said, I had an offline question I want to go over, and I see that there are a couple of questions in the Q&A, and at any point, if you have some while I'm going through this, please fire away. Okay, so the first one, at the end of this webinar, can we get a copy of the recorded segment? It will be useful to go through it with my spouse. Awesome. Yes. So I did have this one recorded, and I can get you, plan is to get the copy out to those who registered, so that they can avail, because we know registration was huge. There was over 50, and not everyone could make it. So the interest was really high. So we want to be able to provide that. So great question. We do want to go there. Okay. Does Munn Insurance home wood burning systems or supplementary? Does Munn Insurance that one? I'm going to assume you're asking if we are okay with wood burning units, like wood burning furnaces. Yes. So furnaces, wood stoves, all good. There are going to be some guidelines and stipulations with it, but yes, we do have the wood burning as a heat source. Okay. Can you also share your email? Yes, I think I have it on my next slide. If I don't, by all means, it's also in, so you will have gotten a thanks for registering. That my email is in that, and you'll also get a post email from me that we send out, like it's auto send out, but it'll have my email in it. Okay, so you can certainly reach out to me. I'm happy to take any questions at any point. So yeah, really good. Does this first responders package include firefighter? Awesome. Yeah, we actually have a program for, we're also partnered with the Fire Services Association of Newfoundland. Okay, so so all firefighters also have a program. Okay, so everything I went over today, you'd have access to as well. Okay, so awesome. Thanks for that question. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go to the offline question. And again, if anybody has any other questions while we're going, go ahead. So I had someone send me an offline question in advance, and they asked, they said, if I had a car accident, they said they did have a car accident 4 years ago that they were at fault for, can I still get a quote from Munn Insurance and get paramedics, get the group option through Paramedics Association? So the short answer is yes. Okay, we can still get you a quote. The other side of that is, if you were insured elsewhere and they use that accident forgiveness to protect your rates and it's only the one accident, chances are pretty high we're not going to have a price that's better because they're protecting that accident. That said, we can certainly still get you a quote. Maybe it will be better. Maybe their rates are really high. Oftentimes when it comes to an accident in like the 4 or 5 year range, usually we'll just kind of talk about it, see where you're at with your rates, And we often do follow-up. So I know when I was in sales, and I know a lot of the sales team now, will make a note on the quote system to follow up with you in a year or even 2 years and say, hey, we spoke last year, about a year and a half ago now. We were really hoping to get you a policy set up, get you a quote. However, there was an accident or a ticket or a claim on your house, and it kept us from being really competitive. That wouldn't impact your rates now. So we'd love to get you a new quote. So we talk about the insurance side of education in terms of when you'll be available for the best rates. And that, again, just speaks to our level of service. Okay. Awesome. I'm just going to take a quick look. No, I don't see any other questions. Oh, is there one more there? Let me see. Yep. Is the combo insurance useful for a newcomer in Newfoundland when it comes to getting a new vehicle and rent purchase a home in terms of rates? Yes. So combined insurance is big. It's 10%. Oftentimes with your combined, if you're renting a home, it will generally offset the full cost of a tenants package. That's how big the discount is. In home, it's 10% discount. So even the premium is a little higher on home, but it's still substantial. So the combined home and auto or tenants and auto is big time. Newcomer NL. So some of it is going to depend on guidelines in terms of how long you're licensed in Newfoundland, how long you're licensed in Canada, those factors. But we can definitely have a look. We look at every case and every example, and we'll always give you the best advice. We'll always tell you whether we have the best option for you, or whether, because there are some providers that specialize, in certain cases, certain examples, and so we're always happy to share that info. And Russian Canada. Okay, yeah. Again, we can certainly have the conversation. One of our sales team members can certainly have that with you and look at your options and what you might benefit from the best. Okay. All right. I think that is it for questions. Take one more look. Yep. All right. Thanks everybody. Let me just go to our last slide here because I think it has a bit more contact info there. Yeah. So again, reach out to us. We're really looking forward to hearing from you. Love hearing from paramedics. When I was in the sales department, I loved hearing from paramedics, firefighters, first responders, because a couple of things. One, I knew the discount was going to be high. So chances were really high I was going to land that account, that policy. So as a sales guy, when I was in that role, I loved it. When I was in service, I really liked it because I don't want to say one client is better than another, but sometimes it's just nice to talk to people that have a really solid outlook on what's important, right? And just a really good, head on their shoulders in the way they talk to people. So always love getting those calls and still love our relationship with the Paramedics Association. Working with Ronnie's been awesome. Best kind of guy. Working with fire services, awesome. So really, really encourage you to reach out to us at a time that works for you, or go on our website and start, or come by as restrictions are starting to lift. You can also pop in. We do quotes on site, review your documents. Okay. Lastly, I will recommend you check out our website. Again, as I mentioned, there's all kinds of blogs on there, cool articles, and that's it. I really thank everybody for taking time and sitting through the presentation here today. I really hope that you were able to learn a little something, take something from it, and see again the benefits and what this program has to offer, and encourage everyone to reach out to us to get those quotes if you're not insured, or if you are, check with service about doing a review of your policy and make sure we got everything that you want there. For any of those cool endorsements, ring the bell for you. All right. So with that, I will dismiss the class. It's Thursday at 3 o'clock. Everybody gets to go home or back to work. I don't know. Anyways, thanks everybody. Really appreciate it. Again, my contact will be in the registration, post-registration or post-webinar email, and feel free to send me a line, and please reach out to us and our sales team, our service team. Always happy to help. All right. Oh, I think I got something in the chat. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. Thanks, Marlene. Thanks, everybody. All right. Have a great day. And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, actually, sorry. I'm just going to jump in real quick and make sure. Oh, thank you in the press. Okay, perfect. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one.